Alright, so today's video is going to be a quick one. We're going to compare the Android 17s that we've got in Sparking Zero. We've got two, so I know for some people this might be a little confusing as to why. So we're going to break down each of them and we're going to say which one's better towards the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Just as consistent in the show, they do not charge. They just have ki that is typically regenerating itself, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So that's about the rate that the ki recharges. So in some cases you got to be pretty, sparing with how you're using it. However, let's say you are, running pretty low on your ki. The more that you are using combat and fighting, the faster it's going to replenish itself. So keep that in mind when you're using the androids. However, when you do get to here, when you are at max, you can charge the rest of the way up to sparking. So keep those things in mind with the androids. All right, so we're gonna get started with some basic combat. Get right into it. First attack. Second attack. Alright, we got abilities. Android barrier, protect you from stuff. Finish sign, so let's see what our ult looks like. Alright, we've got a rush attack. Gohan, no! Gohan! Not nice, 17. Not nice. Alright, so now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, now let's switch to our next version of 17. Android 17 Super. So we're going to get right into some of that combat and see if this one's better than the previous. All right. Now, this attack that I just did, the second attack, it's very interesting because even though it's not unblockable, it does have a bit of a quirk to it. So it looks like one of those attacks, like sometimes an attack just looks like it's unblockable, but even though this one's not in this case, let's compare the damage. So typically when you're blocking, you can typically sponge and take about that much damage on average, 400 to 600 damage. But with this attack, when you're guarding, look at how much damage it still does. It still does 3k damage. So that's one thing to keep in mind if somebody's going to block. It still does a reasonable amount of damage, almost about a third of a health bar. Something to keep in mind. Alright, so now let's see. What are our abilities? Now let's see. What are our skills? We've got Android barrier, very similar. And we've got an instant sparking, cost you 3, so very handy. So now, ultimate, and we've got another rush attack. So now, this attack here, just like in Dragon Ball Super, does about 2 bars of health of damage to you. So this is an attack that if you don't have enough health, you might want to avoid doing it because it will do some damage to you. I'm not a fan of ultimates that, do damage to you yourself as well, but let's see what the actual damage looks like because even though I comboed that, I want to see what the damage looks like by itself. And this is with buffs and a boost. So, like, only about 3k more damage than you take from yourself. So, to me, that just does not feel worth it, honestly. So, if I had to give my recommendation on which version of 17 that I felt was better, it would have to be this one. And the reason I say that is because your ultimate does not destroy you.
Are we absolutely sure what direction we're going?
Yeah, people, I might have actually changed my mind. Yeah, so I changed my mind, and the reason why And the reason why I changed my mind is because to have instant sparking with a character that can't really charge, yeah, I think that's actually more of an advantage. And the plus side is you don't have to use your ultimate just because you're going into sparking mode. To be able to go into instant sparking with a character that can't really charge is a great advantage. Because you could honestly be on your last little bit of energy and now you're just back. If some of you don't know, you can use one of your normal moves and it only depletes your sparking and you can just spam it. And look at that, just like that, back to back to back to back within a few seconds. Having energy in this game is actually way more crucial than having better moves. You need it for those vanish battles. If you don't have enough energy for vanish battles, that's it. Now granted, androids do have an advantage in vanish battles. Their energy is still recharging and replenishing as the battle's going on. So just imagine combining that with instant sparking. Also, here's a quick comparison of the damage done between both of the ults, especially that attack. So one thing I do feel like this game is missing, we've got an upcoming DLC, and I hope that you all know that there's a survey for what we want added to the game. So let this video be a manifestation that we want Super 17. I mean, I don't know if that's the case for all of you guys. I would not mind having Super 17 in the game. And honestly, a cool mechanic would be to use 2 Android 17s on your team and have to fuse them together like how they did in GT. Ah! Oh, that'd actually be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope. But, you know, minor things. But let it be a manifestation. If the message gets out there, it's out there. But fill out that survey, depending on which console you're on. Or I guess it's console by console or platform by platform. However it goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys for all the love. Subscribe to see more and comment and let me know who y'all want to see next. Peace.